Good morning, everyone. It's 12 minutes past 9 o'clock. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou here along with meteorologist James Peterson. He's in for Jackie while she's at the Iowa State Fair doing her live reports, which is very cool. But this time every week we always visit with our good friend from Fork in the Road, Sheree Clark. And every week, at least on Thursdays, Sheree feeds Jackie and I and the crew here.
I am looking forward to that.
Some things that are healthy.
I'm hungry.
Some things that are healthy, and it looks by the, just looking around here, you may have raised the bar, or should we say salad bar, because I'm not sure which one looks better, left or right. Or way left.
Both look beautiful.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a toss-up, isn't it? Between which one you want.
Yeah.
I'm here all week. Well, today I wanted to talk about salads because we're moving into the Iowa State Fair and everybody's going to be eating everything on a stick. And so if we can get a little greens, you know me, I'm all about moderation. So if you're going to go off the deep end and eat the fair food, let's reel it back. And on the day that you don't go, let's eat some healthy things.
Okay.
So right now, cabbage is in season. And cabbage is wonderful, inexpensive, lasts a really long time, and I brought some cabbage with me today.
Okay, a couple different kinds here. Which ones did you bring?
I brought, it's really hard. This is a red cabbage.
That's
and
red? Okay.
This is a green cabbage, yeah.
Okay.
And I loved this one. I got this one at the farmer's market, and I thought it was so unique because of the shape. And so, it may not look terribly appealing. It looks, distressed.
Kind of like a gnome shape.
Exactly. But this is the way that they look sometimes before they're peeled off. And this one is actually from the farmer's market. This one is then from the grocery. And so you can see that they do a little bit of a different presentation to those.
Right.
So what I wanted to do today, because sometimes people get intimidated, I bring you things that are all prepared, and people look at those and they're like, well, that's great, but she knows what she's doing. I just want you to see how easy it is and how anybody, even you, could do this.
And she looks at me because we have a contest coming up at the Iowa State Fair for those folks that have been joining us over the past couple of years, actually now, which is cool. But there's a food contest that you're involved with, and you have to create things that are not cooked.
That's right, and that takes place next Saturday. The judging does, and this would be anything that I have here today would
this would qualify.
Oh yes, it would be eligible and have a good chance of winning. But I'm disqualified, so you don't have to worry about that. So when you're at this, let's start with buying. When you're buying at the store or the farmer's market, what you're looking for in terms of cabbage is a nice firm head with, and it could have some wilted leaves on the outside. Like, it doesn't disturb me that these are.
Because that one's cracked on the side here. Turn over so the camera can see it. Is that okay?
It's got a crack on the side. If I had a choice between this one and another one, I might have chosen another one. But this had leaves covering it when I purchased it, so I didn't know. But it doesn't hurt anything.
Okay.
It's really a robust. And it tastes very good, and as you'll know because you're going to be having some of it. This one I bought at the store. I picked it up. It was heavy for its size. When I get it home, I don't wash it. Now, don't be alarmed. I just peel out the outer, the layers.
That makes sense.
And this is it's wound so tight. You can see this is what the inside looks like. That there's nothing getting in there. There's no dirt on the inside of this. So I take out the outside and it's perfectly good. So, and if washing it would introduce water, which would make it less shelf stable. So you want to take care of it and do it right. So, and one other thing, sometimes you'll see these in the store, half heads, just like this, and wrapped in plastic. I would avoid those. Because once they've been cut, the air gets in and they start to degrade. And you'll notice even when you're buying them that are like this, you'll see a little bit of graying or a little bit discoloration. That's oxidation.
Now, would you have to cut that off if you wanted to use it?
I would cut it off. Exactly. Yep. Okay. That's exactly what I do.
So you're wasting a good chunk of it then.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you're not going to be using it and you're buying a half cabbage because it's just you, for example, and you're like, well, I don't need a big whole cabbage, look for a smaller head. That would just be the way that I would do it. So
now, are they sold by the pound or by the piece usually?
They're typically sold by the pound.
Okay.
Yep. And there could be exceptions, like at farmer's market is an exception. At farmer's market oftentimes won't weigh produce. It's often by the piece. Now, there are exceptions to that, like tomatoes, but we're talking about cabbage today.
Right.
So I've cut this in half. It was a completely round piece. I want to show you how you bust into the cabbage.
Now, that's a knife.
That's a knife, yes.
That's a knife.
So you guys back off. So I cut it in half. That's the hardest cut to make because it's unstable. It's a little bit like standing up in a canoe. It's round. Now, from this point on, I'm on easy street. That's why I'm doing this part here. I put it face down because that's the stable part. Yep. And then I take my knife. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do this facing me, but I want you to see, I'm going to be cutting right down the middle of here.
Where the stem is?
Yep. So right down the middle so that I've cut it this piece into halves.
So you quartered it?
It's a quarter, exactly. Damn, you're good. Now, to core it, I stand it up on its end, and I just take the blade, go like that, and discard that, and now this is all ready to go.
Nothing but goodness?
Nothing but goodness. Now, if I want to make it for the salad, and I could always just go like this and make shreds with a knife, but I'm lazy, and a lot of people
And of course,
are.
yesterday was Lazy Day, National Lazy Day, so we talked about that here as well.
So this is an attachment that goes in a food processor. This is a shredder blade. And so if you've got this is from a Cuisinart, some of the other brands have them as well. You put this in there, it shreds, it comes out perfect. So I wanted people to see that, to understand how we created this, okay? So now let's taste what we did. So if you want to taste, the one on the far right is the one that I actually use the red cabbage with.
Yeah, that's left on the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the one that has a lot of red cabbage in it, and carrots,
And
sesame seeds on top is what
Yep.
it looks like here.
Yep. It's a simple salad. It's just got cabbage and like you said, carrots. And I made a very simple dressing, and the dressing has obviously some soy in it. You can taste that right away. A little bit of garlic and ginger, lemon juice and olive oil, and that's it.
There's not a lot of saltiness to it,
Correct.
which is good.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
We'll get more of the lemon than the actual soy.
Yes.
It's just a little subtle soy and a little ginger you can taste in there too.
Yep.
So you don't have to go overboard then.
No, you don't. If you wanted it to have more soy, you could do that. You could also put in a half a teaspoon. Now, this is just a half teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Would also be very nice. And the only
That's pretty potent, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you're using a half teaspoon in an entire container of salad dressing. So that's one option. The other option that I used the green cabbage for, this is a Thai coleslaw. Now this one also has green cabbage. I added carrots. There's some zucchini in there. That's the base.
Still has some left, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I've done a lot with zucchini this summer.
Sure
I think
have.
I'm going to be doing a lot more. And then it's also herbs are in season. So there's basil, chives,
Really?
cilantro, and then there's a really nice dressing. And you like that one? That's my favorite too.
Yep, this one's great.
And I topped that off with peanuts.
I'm not using it.
You need to use the spoon.
Got a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a spice.
Yep, that's chili powder.
That's the chili, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I like that too.
That one is good. Mainly probably because I got some cilantro, the whole leaf of cilantro in there. I love cilantro.
Good, yes.
Yeah, you can pick up the cilantro, which is adds a great little extra
Are you a
flavor to it.
cilantro fan?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah,
yes.
because we've talked about this earlier too. People either love it or they don't.
Yep.
Exactly.
One
Yep,
or the
and
other.
I love it. So, and you could doctor this up if you wanted to add some. Sometimes I put mint in this, but my mint wasn't looking all that great. I didn't want to add it. So, so there you go. Remember also, cabbage leaves are also great to use as sandwich wraps in lieu of bread. So you could take this and put whatever you've got, some kind of a salad
Yeah,
mixture.
or your filling that you make, that nut filling that you make, and people want to get, which is really good.
Yep.
And hopefully next week we can have something with that. But if people want to get the recipe for this or any of these recipes, how can they do so?
They would contact me. They could go to my website at fork-road.com and contact me from there. I don't post all of the recipes on the website, but if you ask me for one, I sure like to share.
All right. Now, something else here, a little off script here, but the food contest is coming up at the Iowa State Fair, and I ordered some extra ones.
Oh,
so I have some
yay.
extra ones. So if people want to go to your, I'm going to give these to you.
Great.
And if people want to go to your website and they just send you a note or something, you have 2 of them you can give to somebody, so they don't have to sign up, and then we get them in the contest too.
Yes, that's
Okay?
awesome.
Okay,
Thank
so
you
that
for
way
that,
they can
Lou.
get in. It's not too late. You thought it was too late. You still can get in the contest. You get all the rules, and Sheree will tell you.
You're
about
a
them.
sweetheart.
Okay?
Thank you
So
for that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we're entering the contest too. So.
I love it. All right.
All right.